welcome to the Money Capital podcast. My name is Kaya Butelezi, your host. I'm a man of my word. I'm excited to bring you today an interesting guest, Quinton Zunga, the founder as well as the CEO of the RH Group of Companies. He's going to be telling us about his past 10 years since he started the company, but also we're going to be reflecting, looking at the milestones that he's been able to achieve over the past 10 years, the accomplishments, also the challenges in terms of starting the business from scratch and looking at where the business is currently at. Yeah, Quinton, I think over to you. Maybe because we zoom in into our conversation, we can just start talking about Quinton, the person yourself, and tell us more about who you are, where you grow up, and what is your interest really in investments as well as in the healthcare in general.
Thank you, Kaya, and thank you to your listeners. It is indeed a very big delight to have to speak to you about the past 10 years and more. I'm Quinton Zunga, historically a investment banker. Been trained as an investment banker for over 14 years, working for Barclays, Absa Capital, Merryll Lynch, Bank of America. And over that time, one gets to understand the movement of capital, the interests of investors, and the opportunities in the market. So prior to starting RH Managers and RH Group, I was basically in the investment banking space. And prior to that, I was, of course, still a student. Did my University of Zimbabwe as well as University of London Masters in Finance, and then happened to go into investment banking, which was a natural progression of what I studied. And at that time, I was basically in charge of debt capital markets, and this is really debt financing for corporates and sovereigns. Got involved in a lot of interesting financing structures for the government of South Africa, for city of Johannesburg, for companies, for Barclays itself. So the journey was quite interesting. It gave me a good sense of some of the key fundamental cash flow movements in the country and in corporates, more specifically. And then in that period, I identified healthcare as an area that was significantly disjointed. And in that is the opportunity was nobody was happy. The private sector clients were complaining that their healthcare costs are too much. Public sector saying they are too overcrowded. So it's a market that was fragmented, an oligopolist market with a few parties who control the market, but the market doesn't seem to be gravitating to provide a kind of universal healthcare that's affordable to a majority of the people. So that led me to move into that sector post leaving investment banking and looking at how we can make a difference, how we can start to change. And we started the firm looking at the infrastructure component of how do we provide more affordable income infrastructure to the masses. And fast forward many moons later, we're here.